Tekirdağ, Turkey. Today I will be talking about Cemal Oyunu, a traditional performance from Trakya. My presentation is called The Intersection of Ritual and Dance. This presentation, I will look at Cemal Oyunu not only as a folk tradition but also as a ritual dance practice. I will focus especially on the body, movement, rhythm, sound, costume, and collective participation. As a ballet instructor and Turkish folk dance instructor, I am interested in how the body carries memory. As an archaeology student, I am also interested in how performance can help us think about ritual behavior in the past. The main question of this study is how can Cemal Oyunu be interpreted as a ritual performance? I asked three smaller questions, as you can see. First, what is the relationship between dance, disguise, and ritual? Second, how does performance preserve cultural memory? And third, can contemporary practices help us think about past ritual behavior? I want to be clear, this study does not try to explain the exact origin of Cemal Oyunu. I do not say that Cemal Oyunu comes directly from prehistory or from one single ancient ritual. In this study, I use few simple theoretical ideas. The first one is performance. Performance means an action that is done in front of others. It has a body, a space, a time, and an audience. The second idea is liminality. I use this word in a simple way. Liminality means an in-between state. During the ritual, daily life is not completely gone, but it's changed for a short time. The third idea is embodied memory. This means memory carried by the body. Some knowledge is not written, it is learned by doing, moving, repeating, and watching. For Cemal Oyunu, these ideas are useful because the ritual is not only spoken, it's danced, walked, heard, worn, and seen. This presentation is based on literature and file documentation. I worked on Tekirdağ, Çanakkale, and surrounding villages. I used file observations, interviews with local participants, and photographs of ritual objects such as bells, masks, headpieces, and so on. For me, the file work was important because Cemal Oyunu is not only a text in books, it is a living practice. It exists through people, bodies, voices, sounds, and village space. In the file, I could see how people remember the ritual, how they describe it, and how the objects are connected to the performance. Why do I focus on dance? Because dance makes ritual visible through the body. In Cemal Oyunu, the body is not passive. The body moves, changes, makes sound, enters public space, and creates a ritual atmosphere. Rhythm organizes the group, repetition creates memory, disguise changes identity, movement produces ritual space. So, dance is not only a decoration here, it is not only entertainment, dance is one of the main ways the ritual becomes real. Through the body, the ritual is seen, heard, and remembered. Cemal Oyunu is not only a village play or a seasonal custom. It is a ritual performance in which the body, costume, sound, dance, and dramatic action work together. In different villages, Cemal may include animal-like disguise, bells, music, walking through public space, comic scenes, violent encounters, death, fertility beliefs, and sometimes even a wedding scene. So it is not a single fixed choreography. It is a flexible ritual drama. This is why I read Cemal Oyunu as a ritual dance practice. Dance here does not only mean beautiful or formal steps. It means rhythmic bodily action with social and ritual meaning. In Cemal Oyunu, the performers enter the village space with transformed bodies. Their costumes, bells, masks, sticks, and animal-like appearances separate them from ordinary daily identity. Their movement is important. They walk, shake, jump, turn, gesture, approach, withdraw, threaten, joke, and sometimes imitate animals or dramatic characters. These actions create the rhythm of the ritual. The village is not just a background. It becomes the performance space, streets, houses, wedding-like gatherings, and public meetings, points, becomes the part of the choreography. So Cemal Oyunu is not performed on the stage, but it it still has staging. The whole village becomes the stage. In the file photographs, we can see that Cemal is created through interaction. The performers are not isolated from the audience. They are welcomed, watched, followed, and answered by the community. In some contexts, they are received with music and dances. This reception is important because the ritual is not only about the performers, it is also about the relationship between performers and the villagers. This is where the dance dimension becomes clear. The movement of Cemal produces a social event. People gather around the performance, react to them, laugh, fear, participate, and remember. The ritual becomes alive through shared movement. Cemal Oyunu also includes a strong dimension of conflict. According to local narratives, when two Cemal groups met, the encounter could turn into a real fight. This was not only a playful scene. In every account, the fight would not end until one side died. This death was connected with fertility and power. The side that died was believed to lose fertility, while the side that killed was believed to gain it. For dance studies, this is important because the conflict was carried through bodily action, approaching, circling, threatening, attacking, resisting, falling, and dying. Movement here is not decorated. It becomes the medium through which danger, fertility, power, and community memory are produced. The main ritual elements of Cemal Oyunu are disguise, animal-like bodily appearance, bells, noise, music, rhythm, public circulation, collective participation, and contemporary transformation of identity. The bells are especially important because they are not passive objects. They become active through movement. When the performer walks, jumps, shakes, or turns, the bell produces sound. In this way, the moving body also becomes a sound-producing body. Disguise is also central. The performer is no longer only an ordinary person from the village. Through costume, sound, and movement, he enters another ritual identity. So, the ritual is produced by the combination of body, costume, sound, movement, and collective attention. I use the expression bodily technology because Cemal works through the body. The costume changes the visual form of the body. The bells make the body audible. The mask or disguise changes identity. The movement activates all of these elements. Without movement, the bell is only an object. Without the body, the costume is only material. But when the performer moves, the object, sound, and identity become ritual. This is the center of my argument. Cemal Oyunu produces transformation through movement. The dancing body becomes the place where ritual happens. Cemal Oyunu can also be discussed within a wider Balkan and Seljuk ritual context. There are related and comparable practices such as Saya Gezme in Anatolia, Turkey, and masked winter or New Year rituals such as Kukeri, Koleda, and Subakari in the Balkans, in Bulgaria. I am not saying that all these practices have one single origin. That would be too simple, but they share recurring ritual elements, animal-like disguise, bells, noise, house-to-house or village circulation, winter or spring timing, fertility, protection, and communal renewal. This comparison helps us see Cemal not as an isolated local tradition, but as a part of a larger ritual language of movement, sound, disguise, and seasonal transformation. Why is it relevant for archaeology? Because performances rarely survive directly. Bodies disappear, movement disappears, sound disappears. What remains are partial traces, objects, images, bells, masks, figurines, or spatial spaces. Ethnography does not prove the past, but it helps us ask better archaeological questions. For example, when archaeologists find bells or sound-producing objects, we should not only ask what are they made of. We can also ask how were they used, where they were worn onto the body, did they move, did they create a sound in a group ritual. Cemal Oyunu helps us think about these questions. This slide shows examples of sound-producing objects from different archaeological contexts. Bells, rattles, and aerophones shows that Sound has a material side. Sound is not only heard, but is also produced by objects, bodies, and movements. In Cemal Oyunu, bells are attached to the performing body. When the body moves, the objects make sounds. So the object and the body work together. This is important for both dance studies and archaeology. For dance studies, it shows that rhythm can be produced by the body itself. For archaeology, it reminds us that some objects may have been part of movement, sound, and performance. To conclude, Cemal Oyunu should not be seen only as a local entertainment. It is a ritual dance practice, a social drama, and a form of embodied memory. It includes disguise, bells, music, public circulation, wedding-like scenes, ritualized conflict, death, fertility, and communal participation. Its meaning is produced through the moving body. Cemal shows that ritual does not live only in objects or texts. It also lives in bodies, rhythm, sound, gesture, memory, and performance. Thank you for listening. I will be happy to answer your questions about it. These are our references.
We do have about 7 minutes, so if you would like to ask a question, Christelle?
For how far back in history have you found evidence of Cemal Oyunu?
I have found one writing about it. Let me translate it. 1893. A writing about it. But I am not able to read Ottoman language, so it's hard for me to understand it. So I am asking my professors to translate it to me.
But that's fairly recent. That doesn't, I mean, I'm sure this practice must be much older than that.
I can only find the 18th century.
But the bells that you had in your demonstration said 400.
Yes, because local told me that it's from his great-great-grandparents from Bulgaria, and he said that it's 400 years old.
That's
So you
evidence.
need to
That's
interview them.
evidence.
Yes, but we are not pretty sure if they were used on only with the animals or they were also used in the ritual.
Right.
Because they are bells.
Yeah.
They don't have a writing on that. This was used on the Cemal ritual or
Right.
something like that.
Right.
Anything else?
Are there other questions or comments?
I would love to see a video.
Okay, I have a lot of videos from this year's performance and the past year's performance, but not as much as old as like the 19th century or something like that. Just this century's ones I have. And I have pictures of the older ones.
Do you have a website or something where these things are available?
I don't have a website right now, but I have writings about it, and I'm still writing a thesis about it because I'm at my last year of my university, and I'm trying to end it, and that's it. I will show you from my phone if you want. There is videos about it.
Yes.
And normally this practice was done at the night time, and nobody was knowing it, and it was a scary thing. But when the time changed, people decided to do it on morning time at 8, because when the Muslimanity, Islam comes to Turkey, it changed. They decided to do it with a Islamic view, Islamic perspective. And they decided to say that it's from Hazreti Ali, which is I don't know, a member of Islam or something like that. And they decided to do it that way. So it's different from the older ones right now.
But they were able to preserve it by connecting it to Islam.
Yes, yes, yes.
And that's
preserve
why
it.
they brought it to the morning time.
Yes, yes. And they are making it at the Eids, at the Bayrams, at the, how can I say it? Bayrams?
Festival.
Holidays.
Oh, holidays, right.
And he's also Turkish, so I'm asking him.
Yeah, the transmission.
Bayram is our religious festivals, holidays.
Like Nowruz and things like that.
like Ramadan
Yeah.
and etc. They are making it on the Ramadan festivals because the villages are empty right now. Nobody is living at the village, köy değil mi? Yani köylerde kimse yaşamıyor şu anda. Nobody is living at the village right now, and because of that, when they gather together, gather in the village, it's only at the Ramadan time or the fasting time, etc. And they decided to do Cemal Oyunu at the festivals, at the holidays right now. But normally it wasn't at that time. It was at the harvest time. It was for the fertility back then. But right now it's not anything about fertility.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.